Thank you, ICFOC. It's a joy to be here today. I love opening with this question. Why is it important that you chose to be here today? Because you all chose to be here. No one coerced you to be here today. Someone said, I love the topic of gratitude. I love the topic of gratitude. Look forward to learning more. I want to learn, connect with intellectual people, and gain insight to support the organization and the people for which you're grateful, to be in a room that inspires others. And chose to be here today too, Linda, because of this. Linda invites the best speakers for our mutually beneficial learning. So it's a joy to be here today. I've done this work in gratitude spaces for 6 years now, and I'm going to tell you today is special. This is the first time that I have designed a gratitude encounter just for coaches, and to explore and to express gratitude for the coaching profession that we all share. So we've entitled this Honoring Our Legacy, Energizing Our Future, and it's a gratitude encounter for coaches. So I'm glad that you're here, that you chose to join us. I'm grateful for the invitation. And I want to say, and gosh, this is so important in 2025. We need places to breathe, right? So many people go to places and vent, but we've come here today to breathe. And so I want to invite you to do that. And I know that it's early in your day, but you've already had your mind on other things, or it may be late in the day if you're in Africa. But what if we just take a moment to arrive? I always use this for me to remind me to put my computer in do not disturb mode so there are no dings or rings, right? And to the extent that you can, to be fully present with us this hour. So to turn off and to tune in and gift yourself this time for something special. So as coaches, we have the profound privilege of touching lives and sparking transformations. My friend Alexandra Pillay is here, and I mean, we were talking about this just yesterday. That what inspires us is to do transformational work. I know that's what inspires many of you, and to witness the unfolding of human potential. So we're here today to celebrate the incredible impact coaching has, and that it's had on your life, and that through you that it has on others in the world around us. So this is an interactive and immersive experience. You'll experience that in a few moments here. uh, in a gratitude encounter, we explore, express, and experience gratitude. So you will be involved in conversations, and I'm inviting you to reflect on how coaching has shaped your life, how we can honor those who have guided us on our coaching journey or inspired us on that journey, and acknowledge the meaningful difference that we get to make every day as coaches. So I've invited you to fully engage, and here's the offer that I will make you in exchange. That if you, to the degree that you're able to fully engage, you will leave here at the end of our hour with renewed hope, a fresh experience of gratitude, and increased appreciation for the privilege and the power of coaching. So let me ask this. Let's use Mentimeter here to get a feel for the room. What song title best describes your current relationship with gratitude? You do not need to know the tune or the lyrics. You may. It may spark something in your mind, but and you can choose up to two titles. But what song title best describes your current relationship with gratitude? Well, look at these in percentages. I'm always intrigued. Okay. So the options are strangers in the night. We've only just begun. Somebody that I used to know. I'm a believer, don't want to stop believing, or I need you now. I love it when we have people across the board. So someone has voted. We've only just begun, and if you've only just begun a journey with gratitude, I'm excited that you chose to be here today because this is an opportunity to go deeper on that. I'm always intrigued when somebody types responds somebody I used to know. I'm always intrigued about what was it that interrupted your relationship with gratitude, and if sometime after today's session you would like to share that with me, find me, reach out to me. I'd love to have that conversation because I'm always intrigued. uh, and then a lot of believers, no surprise that the greatest percentage of you are in the believer category or don't want to stop believing. So let me explain our journey, or preview our journey. We're going to make 3 stops on this journey together through meaningful conversation and connection. We have 2 rounds where you will be in small groups, and a third round where we're expressing gratitude. And as Linda said in the introduction, this isn't just about understanding gratitude, it's about experiencing the transformative power of gratitude. So let me ask you another question just to kind of get a feel for our group, where you're at. How do you respond to this claim that gratitude changes everything? How do you respond to this claim? Are you skeptical about this claim? Does it sound too good to be true? You hope it's true, you believe it's true, or you've experienced it as true. The other thing I need to remind you, Mentimeter is completely anonymous. No one ever knows who votes what, who makes what choice um, in in the polls. So let's see. Not turn off. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. An overwhelming majority of you have experienced this as true. Is there someone that in about 30 seconds would share what that's been like for you? And a time when gratitude uh, changed everything in your life or work? Someone just unmute and quickly share that with us.
Well, what I remember is I went to an ICF conference like 20 years ago, and there was this speaker that I will never forget. His first name was Julio. He was the founder of, I think, New Ventures West or something. So, but he was so charismatic. But the one thing he said is people think that the most powerful positive emotion in the world is love. And in fact, it's gratitude. And
Hmm.
so ever since then, um, I've been practicing that and noticing that. And, in everything. So an example might be in my relationship with my husband, instead of noticing the things that maybe are annoying, like socks on the ground instead of in the hamper, something like that, I just notice all the things that he does that I'm so grateful for, like how hard he tries at things and how hard he wants to make me how much he wants to make me happy. And, that completely changed our relationship in terms of just being just nicer to each other.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. It's a beautiful example, right? We can choose what we focus on. So, one more question as we're getting started. I've been asking this for 4.5 years now. If you think back over the preceding 7 days, that's the top line. Over the last week, what's your level of perceived hope? The level of hope you've experienced. Uh, 0 or 1 is running on empty. 10 is overflowing hope. And what's that level for you now in this moment as we start this gratitude encounter? So, what's your level of hope? And this is one of the things I love watching about Mentimeters. You get to see it, right? Real time, uh, adjust. So I'm witnessing something here. This will be the fifth, no, sixth time in 4.5 years of collecting this data that the in the moment number was lower than the preceding week. And I'm not going to wax political, but I can't help but believe this might be something because of what's going on in the LA area with you all being in OC. Uh, Perhaps. But because often when people you've chosen to come together to an event like this, you've been greeted by smiling faces, there's a boost. But we're gonna go with these numbers. Thank you for being honest. The reason why I ask this is we know this hope fades in crisis, and especially a crisis that lingers. Well, the good news is there's good news. Hope grows in gratitude. So at the end of our time together, we're going to come back and we're going to see what happens to your hope through this time that we're here together today. Uh, Norman Cousins, I'll use this as a springboard quotation. The capacity for hope is the most significant fact of life. It provides human beings with a sense of destination and the energy to get started. Right? The capacity for hope. So, we're going to see what happens to your hope. Let me make a couple of remarks about gratitude to make sure everybody has this common understanding. This has become my favorite definition. I used to use a lot of textbook definitions, academic, but my friend Patty Blackstaff created a journal some years ago that was called Life is Not All Strawberries and Cream, but there are some beautiful moments, some wonderful moments. And Patty's a coach as well. She says gratitude is appreciation for all that we have, all that we are, and thankfulness for our ability to show love and kindness to others. Now, I love that definition of gratitude because for years I only thought of gratitude as being grateful for stuff, possessions, blessings, relationships. But what if we can expand our understanding of gratitude to the journey that we've traveled in life, your gifts, talents, and abilities, your unique perspective, all of that. And then the one thing I add to Patty's definition is to show and receive love and kindness to and from others, right? The fact that we're here today, right? There's gratitude for the community experience we get to share. A couple of other comments. Gratitude fuels perspective. That's what Nahid was talking about with her husband, right? When you embrace gratitude, it changes your perspective. Aeneas Nin said, we don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, is what Wayne Dyer said. So when I put all of that together, I realized that gratitude is the most effective tool we have for shifting perspectives and managing our perceptions. And leaning into gratitude regularly helps us do that. Linda said this in the introduction: gratitude experienced is better than gratitude explained. That's one of the epiphanies I've had in the last 7 years on this journey, that gratitude experienced is better than gratitude explained. The second epiphany is until you're expressing gratitude, you're not fully experiencing it. So today I'm inviting you into an experience of gratitude. We're talking about this gratitude encounters for coaches. So let's dive in. Um, John Wooden, right? Legendary coach of was UCLA. A good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life. We've got great coaches here today. You change people's lives. Isn't that an amazing opportunity. So, as we start reflecting on the personal impact of coaching, that's where we're going first. The personal impact of coaching, I'm going to invite you to just pause a moment and to think back and reflect on how coaching has touched your life personally, the difference it has made for you. So, in what ways has coaching influenced your personal and or professional journey? And then the part 2 of that that we're going to get to into small groups is, what gratitude do you feel for the transformation coaching has brought about in your life? So, if you would drop the prompt into the chat, we're going to go into breakout groups. So we can do, we want to do groups of 3, no more than 4, so everybody gets a chance. So maybe that's 4 breakout groups here, 3 or 4, whatever you want to, that matches those numbers. You're going to have 8 minutes for this conversation. We're going to invite everyone to share. I know uh, if you're unable to share for some reason, that's okay. Your group will understand that. And if people are shy and no one wants to go first in sharing, then you can use the alphabet to spark that. And then I'm just going to invite you to notice what themes you hear shared in your conversation. So, are you ready to go into groups?
So Kevin, again, you want four in each room?
3 or 4, 3 or 4, no more than 4. 3 is
Okay.
fine, but no more than 4. So,
Oh,
in the 8 minutes, everybody gets a chance to talk. And are you dropping us into groups? Okay. You will have an amazing conversation. Here's the chat. Let's see if I can drop that in there.
so we have 3 rooms. Each room has 4.
Okay. That's fine. That's
Okay.
great. Hey, Linda, welcome back.
Welcome back.
That was fun.
I'm sure it was.
It was nice. A little chat with people.
People are still in. They don't want to leave.
Yeah.
That's okay. No, some people stay till the very end
Yeah.
of the 60 seconds, and when everybody gets brought back, right? All of a sudden the room fills up. So
What's funny is, Rania, they can't stay because they get thrown out.
yeah.
To pull
Yeah,
the
that's fine. You might as well just click the button. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
welcome back. Welcome back. I am confident you had an amazing conversation. Right? Part of that is because they're amazing people in the room, and we have this amazing topic about the difference coaching has made in your life. And I had the joy of going a deep dive discussion with Rania over this because we stayed in the big room. But was there some impact you heard that inspired you that you want to drop in the Mentimeter? Or are there a couple of you that just want to say it in a few sentences? Say what was the highlight of your conversation. You could share that with us if you'd like. A couple of people. Any volunteers?
I'm just going to ask Ronnie if you can put the Mentimeter link in there again, because I noticed Sharon just moved into the room. So we may have people that, and I can't see the old link. So
Okay.
the link. Okay.
yeah. Oh wait, I see it, but maybe if you just paste it again for
Yeah, I
anyone
did.
coming in. Thank you.
So anybody have something that you heard in the room that inspired you you'd like to share with us?
I will.
I have one.
Okay,
Oh,
Sharon.
go
Sharon
ahead.
I
and
was
then
just
Lynn.
I was just gonna say there were three in my room, and the thing that got to me the most was the fact that there was commonality in the sense of what coaching did for us, in that it was the otherness of those individuals that gave something to us, not so much anything that we were doing that were given to them.
All right. Lynn.
Yeah, what I was going to say about being inspired was that, we both had just transformative experiences as coaches and wanting to and being coached. But then I was inspired because of the focus that my partner had on continuing to learn and grow and develop and never having arrived. And just, that the passion for that level of learning and growing and continuing to expand horizons was very inspiring.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I didn't know this would end up, but I ended up in this little one-on-one with Rania, and I was able to share I would not be doing the work I'm doing today were it not for the impact of coaches in my life that helped draw that out, that this is what I wanted to do. So thank you for sharing. Round two. Oh, here's a quote. Nikki, do you know this quote? Yeah. You want to read it for us, Nikki?
Sure, let
I'm
me
putting you on the
unmute.
spot. Yeah.
So this was a quote. I'm doing research right now for my dissertation, and this was a quote that I found in the history of coaching that really meant a lot to me. It's, I have a vision that coaching will go around the world and change the way people communicate and interact forever. And I just thought it was a great goal for coaching in general as a profession.
So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I see in the chat you'll get a slide deck at the end of this with all of the word clouds, everything that all the slides, all of the word clouds. Somebody asked that in the chat. But I asked Linda and Nikki, hey, do you have a favorite quotation about coaching? I'd love to use one of yours. I'd never seen this quote before, Nikki. I have a vision that coaching will go around the world and change the way people communicate and interact forever. So in round two, I'm going to invite you to express gratitude for the influencers on your personal coaching journey. So who has inspired you on your leadership or coaching journey? How have they influenced your journey? And what gratitude would you like to express them? So who comes to mind as someone that has influenced your coaching journey? And what gratitude would you like to express to them? So does everybody have someone in mind that you'd like to thank for some contribution on your journey? Thumbs up, head nods. Everybody got somebody? Okay. So I'm going to ask you to send them a message right now. Let's take about 90 seconds. Grab your phone, your computer, whatever it is, send them a text, Facebook Messenger, however you normally communicate with that person. Would you pause and send them a message now, thanking them for their impact on your journey? And I'm going to join you. And will someone remind me right at the end to ask who's heard back from the person you messaged? That's always a fun check back to see, a callback to see. Um, and Rania, I'll let you know. I sent a message to the person who I talked to you about in our one-on-one conversation. One of my listening coaches that has helped me so much. I sent her a message. So round three in our gratitude encounter here, we want to acknowledge your impact, right? So round one, we were talking about the impact coaching has had on you. Round two, we were specifically talking about people who have inspired or encouraged your coaching journey. Now we kind of want to turn that and talk about you, acknowledging your impact. Another quote, Andrea Lee, I believe that wherever there is mastery, coaching is occurring. And whenever coaching is done, mastery will be the outcome. So reflect on the impact you have or have had as a coach. How does recognizing the difference you make in other people's lives spark gratitude in you or fill you with gratitude? And then maybe you want to you have that and you want to go a little forward with it too, and think about what intentions do you have for continuing to empower, inspire, and impact others through your coaching work. So does everybody have something in mind around this? Because what I'm going to invite you to do, and Rania, what if we mix the groups up again? Recreate groups, allow people to meet other people. And we will go, and we've got enough time. We can do this as an 8-minute conversation as well, so it's not too compressed. And I've got the prompt. I'll drop it in the chat. How does recognize the difference you make in others' lives fill you with gratitude? What intentions do you have for continuing to empower and inspire those you coach? So, Rania, if you would send people into their groups, enjoy this conversation, and see what it ignites in you and in the people you are paired with for this 8 minutes. Welcome back. I'm sure you had another amazing conversation about the impact, and I certainly did. That doesn't always happen for me, but Rania and I got to enjoy both of the breakouts, staying in the big room. So let me ask this question. Let's revisit this that we asked at the beginning. About 45 minutes ago, we checked in on your level of hope. Here at the end of our time together, what's your level of hope now after you've had this opportunity to express gratitude and explore gratitude for people that have inspired and influenced your coaching journey, and the impact you have on others as a coach? So let's see no one's voted yet?
Can you put the Mentimeter back up, please, again?
Have you got that?
Yes, it's in the chat. Just
Okay,
Or
good,
the
great.
chat.
Okay, I'm really blown away. I am, wow. Do you remember the number at the beginning? The numbers, I wrote them down. 7.0 was the last number I saw for the week leading up to this. In this moment at the beginning, 6.7 was the level of hope. And here, 48 minutes later, 9.5. I have to tell you, that's the biggest leap I've ever seen. So that's why I was kind of like, wow, this is amazing. What a leap. And look at how many of you are all the way over there, tens. When you kind of look at that detail, there's a big cluster of people that are tens. So 9.4 now. How amazing is that? Let me ask you one other thing as we wrap up here. What word or phrase best describes your experience of our time together today? What word or phrase best describes your experience? Um, and if you're not pressed for time, I'm happy to hang out another 4 or 5 minutes, 7 minutes, if anybody wants to linger and ask something else that's still lingering on your mind. But if you have to jump at the top of the hour, I want to be mindful of that. Meaningful, impactful, insightful, transformational. Oh, worthwhile is a word. I've only seen it one other time. Would the person that wrote worthwhile, would you mind elaborating on that? Nikki. Yeah, okay.
I think sometimes we, attend virtual sessions and we take little nuggets and leave little nuggets. But to me, this just felt really valuable for me personally, and a valuable use of my time today.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Like I say, a couple of months ago, a lady shared it in one of our public sessions. And I asked, would they share? And she said, well, I was so busy, I almost didn't come today. And I had to tell a friend, send them a message, say, I'm going to be 15 minutes late joining you. She said, this was so worthwhile. Wow. That's a gift to me. Priceless, energized, a big hug, worthwhile. Love is all around, time well spent, filled up. Hey, it's amazing. If you, okay, so there are two things here. I'm going to compile these slides, send them to you, Rania, and you send them to everybody. I wasn't sure that was going to happen. If you want a copy of the slides, you can click this QR code, drop your email, but we'll get you the slides. So the slides will have everything you've seen today, everything you've co-created today, the word clouds, right, that are all there, the quotes that we used. Thank you for allowing me this privilege to facilitate this session for you all. Like I said, I'm willing to hang out if others want to. Who needs to close out from ICFOC? Someone? Oh yeah, please link in with me. I am just Kevin Monroe on LinkedIn, but I would welcome connecting with all of you. Linda, Ron?
So,
Oh.
okay, so I think I want to thank you, Kevin, again for doing this. We started talking months ago, and I'm just thrilled, and I can see this had a big impact on everyone. So thank you very much for being there for us and teaching us about gratitude. It was wonderful. You made my day.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you
That's
so
the
much.
power of gratitude. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Actually, today I wasn't planning to come because of many things going in my life, but I'm so happy and so grateful that I made it today to this session. I will stop recording now and